fortunate to win that game. I really believe Bowie's a top 25 team in the country, and they're as good as anybody we played up in the Elite 8 last year. And with a lot of balance, and they got shooters, they got ball handlers, they got size inside. I think they have a complete team. We needed to play a great game to beat them, and we rose to the occasion. I thought our defense was solid. I thought our defense kept us in it, allowed us to especially come back. And we overcame. We knew if we were going to turn the ball over, we were going to try to hold it to 15 or under, because they make you turn it over. That's to their credit. They're aggressive and quick. They're smaller, but we ended up passing the ball extremely well. And I think, and had 20 assists tonight on 29 field goals. I think that is. I don't have my glasses, okay, but we passed the ball extremely well, and we were able to knock down a lot of. We got some great quality shots because we were able to. I think when we didn't turn it over, we did a nice job of handling it and finding the open guy.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about weathering the storm in two regards, falling behind early, 18-4, and then foul trouble in short?
Well, we've only had a couple games, I think, that you with that type of foul trouble. Darryl picked up a couple bump fouls in the post. Okay, it's always hard. I don't know. I guess they were fouls. They weren't hard fouls, but I guess they were fouls since they called them. But, I think the officials did a good job overall. We just, we had to scratch and claw. We had to overcome and try to sub on offense and defense and play some guys. Ethan came in and did a great job. Scooter played a lot of minutes tonight. Did a terrific job for us. And we just had to go to our bench more. But you got to win these games in a lot of ways. Sometimes you win them on offense, sometimes defense, sometimes your go-to guys win them, sometimes your backup guys win them. Marcel played a terrific game in place of Darryl. I wouldn't want to have to play too many games without Darryl in there. I guess a year from now I'm going to have to figure out how to play without him eventually. But he's a terrific player, but he kept himself in the game and did a great job of supporting his teammates and just staying engaged so that when he did get on the floor, I thought he did some good things in the few minutes he had in the second half.
And then falling behind early.
Well, yeah, sometimes you got to get your. You got to get your sea legs, and we didn't have them early. Too many turnovers. We came out, but the one thing about I told the guys before the game is that they're going to keep both teams in it. They make great runs where everything's going their way. They get deflections, they get steals, they make threes, they get dunks, and they're a team of spurts. I think you saw it against Mansfield. I think when we played them in other games, they put a 10-point spurt on you, but then they've given up 10-point spurts the other way. So I think talking about that ahead of time gave our guys some confidence that this game was going to flow back and forth. Okay, but even with the confidence, all the credit goes to these guys, man. They just have a certain amount of toughness and heart and togetherness that allows you to overcome a lot of game adversity.
How tough was it to juggle those substitutions with Webb and foul trouble, Iabo, Superbill, Estrella, all of them with the foul, trouble in the second half even?
Well, you just try to go back on offense and defense, and you want to get minutes for Darryl, and Marcel made it easy, to be honest with you. Marcel made it easy to do that, and then the other guys, we had three guys to play in the 5 spot. Okay, but Marcel was able to gobble up a lot of minutes, be productive. These games take a lot more energy out of you. You want to play hard all year long, but just the atmosphere, I think, is very tiring. But Connecticut won 5 games in 5 days, so maybe the recovery's a little bit easier than us coaches think sometimes.
Scooter, 6 of 6 from the field, and most of those in transition, especially early. When you play a team that wants to run and play that transition offense, did you think you'd have those opportunities to run the floor with them?
Well, we knew they were going to take chances, so we knew that if we moved the ball well, Coach said before the game, there's going to be tight windows and we're going to have opportunities. So I was just running the court. Ashton and Kev and Jules are all, they're fine to me. And, just running the court and finding openings.
Ashton, what's it mean to you guys to be going back to the regional championship?
It's exciting. We always knew that we had the chance to play the way that the coach wants us to play. We can excited to go out there and execute it and get better.
Coach, easily your best shooting performance of the year, especially from three-point range. I guess the 60%, a lot of that comes from layups, but three-point shooting in particular, you even banked one in today.
We work on that.
Well,
We saw a lot of teams bank threes on us throughout the course of the year. Okay, Mansfield had 2 earlier in the year. Okay, on us, so we started practicing those. We figured it was a good way to miss. But you know what? We had some good fortune. You know, Bowie's a terrific team, and again, we had, you know, sometimes it's just the night you play on. Sometimes you shoot on a Sunday, you can shoot it great, and on a Monday maybe you don't shoot it as well. So it's not all, you know, the game isn't all that precise, it's not all that scientific. Sometimes, you know, things just go your way, the ball bounces your way, the shots go in. But I think you give yourself a better chance to have that type of success if you move the ball well and if you pass the ball well than you give yourself. And I think, I tell these guys all the time, shooting, the biggest part of shooting of offense is passing, okay? Shooting secondary. Passing, it all starts, good offense all starts with good passing. And like Scooter said, those guys, you know, they came to the ball, they were able to penetrate, they were able to find each other, and a lot of those shots came off of dribble penetration and kickouts.
Can you talk about what these guys have done in February and March to get to the point?
They just trusted and believed. They just believed in each other, trusted in the system, and had a great will, and were able to make and were willing to make sacrifices, you know, their own personal sacrifices, and try to keep the focus on the team. You know, with the, you know, and I told them in the locker room they have a lot to be proud of. With 91 wins with 81 wins over the last 3 years, and winning this 3-year run in the history of the program. So they're setting milestones, and you know, we're you know, to be back, not only just to be back in the NCAA's for the 3rd year in a row. There's not a lot of teams in the country. There's no one else in the region that have gone the last 3 years, and to be back for the 3rd year in a row. There's probably, and then win a first round game. You know, there's probably only a handful of teams in the country that have gone and won a first round game, so. But you know what? We feel fortunate because it's good fortune. We've been able to avoid injuries and things, a lot of the type of things that sometimes bring you down. So you never have success without hard work and some breaks along the way.
Coach, excuse me, just a second. 100th win here at IUP. What does that mean to you?
100th win?
Your 100th win here at IUP.
It means my first year I thought it was going to take me 12 years. So I guess after winning 6 the first year, I guess I'm 7 years ahead of schedule. You know, it's just you know, it's nice to build a program. You know, I don't like to you know, make it quantitative on you know, this number's success. Each team's successful in their own way. And you know what? I'd consider the program a success if we would have won 18 a year over the last 4 years, the last 3 years, because I think you measure your program sometimes by the kids you have in it and the way they represent and the way they represent you and the way they play the game. And these guys play it the right way. So winning is just a byproduct of that, I think. And to answer your question, it's not a real monumental day as well as that goes, as far as that goes.
Do you approach the season setting up a game plan to be peaking at this time of year? So many teams can, you know, get to the tournament but often struggle to win a first game, and now you massively are certainly winning 2, if not 3, to get to the Elite Eight.
Nah, I'd like to tell you some type of secret. We just try to get better every day, and you know, you want to be at your best in December, but coaches understand that you can't be at your best in December. You have to be patient, you know? And you just can't. Saying that we have on our team is you don't win championships, you build championships. We're constantly trying to build. We want to get better between now and Tuesday. Now, obviously, there's times of the year where you can maybe make bigger strides. We can get better mentally. We can get better how we work together as a team. We can get better with our preparation. So all those things add, and you know, the other thing we talk about is cutting stone. And you don't, you know, you like to cut stone, and that means you're just chopping away as the season goes on, and you hope as the years goes on the stone cracks, and you have, you know, you have the type of success that these guys have enjoyed.
This will go to either of you. How does it feel to be the second team in a row that beat you earlier in the season? You know, Bowie beat you earlier in the season, West Virginia Wesleyan beat you earlier in the season. You come back to the tournament today and get 2 revenge games over it.
Well, you know what, I told those guys those were good teams. When we lost both of those teams, you know, I knew then Bowie was gonna be good, and I knew West Virginia Wesleyan was gonna have a good year. Okay, I didn't know if they were gonna make the tournament or not, but, those are, you know, I told the guys we just gotta trust each other, and the important thing is that they care. Our guys care, and sometimes you're gonna lose games even though you care, and you just gotta continue to work and try to get better. But, as far as, having any special gratification out of it, not really. We just want to play IUP basketball, and whoever's in front of us, we want to compete against, and hope that we're better on that given night. Thank you. Come up right here. Sorry. Okay.
Don't put that in the paper. We don't want to think he's going to dunk all the time. We're leaving at 2. Yeah, and we're probably not going to